And then we were talking about like now that I'm more seasoned in this. I think we got it in roughly the same time. It's like I don't know why I didn't buy the bear market more.
Yeah.
Like even just dollar cost averaging, because at that point, something small like $500 a month would have been huge, right?
Yeah.
Over the course of a couple of years, it would add it up to quite a bit.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Like
you have
idiot.
to go through the 4-year cycle.
The pain.
The first 2 years, you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's also true that literally every Bitcoiner I've ever met has that, like, at least one place where they're like, damn it, if I had just done that one moment differently. And
Well, I did-
Who doesn't
It's
regret
insignificant.
something if
Yeah.
you're in Bitcoin, right? Like nobody goes all in at the beginning.
It was like $200. I was like, what coin costs $200? And I didn't get it. And now, it is what it is.
Dude, I first learned about it at $1.
Yeah. So my good play would have been March 13th when that happened. I said it's never going to be this cheap ever again. Let's fine. Okay, all in. Let's go.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
Wow, you backed
was,
up the truck for that one, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a good one for me.
No, after the fight, I think
I
he
bought
bought
a lot,
some Bitcoin,
yeah.
and then me and Jason
But
had
it was
to
too
intervene.
expensive. It should have been cheaper.
I know,
It
but he
should've
got
been-
scared when it dipped real low. He got scared, and me and
Yeah,
Jason was
lost a
like,
lot of
"Bro,
money.
it's gonna be all right." And I was like,
Well,
"We
if
should
that
win
dip, if that
4
dip,
Hodge trophy."
if that dip would have happened a month earlier, it would have been perfect because then I would have got like 4 or 5 more Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It would have been great.
Well, you didn't really lose any money though, unless you sold
No,
it. Right?
yeah, I didn't sell.
That's cool.
But the funny thing is, he won 4 Hodge trophy winners.
No, I went 2.
2 and champion at Bellator and all that. But when it comes to money, he's low.
John, no, let's not play like that. I have sold. There's no one who sold
No, you haven't
less
sold
Bitcoin.
one.
I've sold 0 Bitcoin ever, not even a Satoshi, so no one can beat me there. So,
Well, once
Yeah.
you're on the Bitcoin standard, then you kind of have to sell some to pay bills and stuff.
Right, Jimmy, that's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah,
everybody's
that's what I
that's
have
it.
to do. Yeah.
I'm 100% in crypto, right? So every day I sell stuff to pay for things.
Yeah.
So we're like, when I listen to Michael Saylor and like going parabolic, Jason, I'm like, bro, you guys are billionaires.
Yeah,
You
it
say
doesn't
not sell. I
apply
gotta
to
pay
us
bills,
normies,
bro.
I guess.
So I sell every day, to pay for expenses.
I'm not on the Bitcoin standard yet, unfortunately. Someday.
Yeah.
When is it gonna
It's
be
hard to be when you
global?
own a business. Like I have a business and I personally am a full Bitcoin standard, but like my business has to operate with cash. I have payroll
Yeah.
every 2 weeks and
Yeah.
it's just super complicated.
Well, so what CJ does is he orange pilled most of his workers. So like 40% get he pays 40% of them with Lightning.
we have like 500 contractors right now
Yeah.
and they're not into, sometimes they just don't know I want to do that at some
Yeah.
point.
Eventually,
You know,
right?
I actually
Yeah.
orange pilled my designers too, because like every time I do designing work, I have like designer from Europe, and then they will always like let me wire money. Like $75 design would cost $25 to wire. I was like, can I send you Bitcoin? And they would be like, yes or no. And then if they say no, I say, hey, you know what? If you get Bitcoin, I'll send you 20 bucks more. And they're like, great, I'll do it. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Sending Bitcoin around, it's just so easy and
I mean, I have
It's
a
cheaper.
I have a coach, and her hourly is $150, and I said I'll pay you $200 an hour if you take it in Bitcoin, and she denied it. I'm like, how do you deny that?
Because they don't know.
What?
Because
Like,
they don't
people
know.
have no idea.
And even though I tried to like explain it to her, she's still like, no, I'm not. I need money. Like I need money to live, you know. So.
Two summers ago, I paid all I have high school kids that work on my disc golf course.
That's right.
I paid them all in Bitcoin, but I give them the guarantee if whatever I pay you, keep your hours, whatever I pay you is less on September 1st than what I pay you all summer, I will make it up to you. But then
great.
some of them made, went from like $1,000 to like $7,000 this summer. So for college kids, they were pumped. Yeah, because most of them got paid at $7,000-8,000
Yeah.
per Bitcoin,
That's
and then
great.
obviously went to 60, and most of them held it.
What an
Wow.
opportunity for them.
Yeah, for-
That's
So,
amazing.
do you get paid in Bitcoin or
No.
Yeah, we
in
do.
cash?
I was gonna
Oh, yeah, we do.
For 1 year, our sponsorship was paying us in Bitcoin.
Yes.
So
Nice.
like, as it was going up,
That's-
we get less sats, and we feel like we're getting like less money.
Yes.
And then when it goes back down again, we get more. It was like, I
Well,
think.
so we always cheer for like on the day of the month we get paid for it to dip.
So our,
You should time the days for like futures expiration.
yeah.
or
And they know too. They'll wait
But
like
they know
7
too,
days
yeah, 'cause they
on a
will.
certain month
They've
to
done
pay
that
us because
before.
they're waiting for the dip too. I'm like, bro, you're supposed to pay us on the first.
do sponsors like want to pay you in Bitcoin, or is it something that you ask and it's kind of hard to
I
get?
don't know. You negotiated that one, so I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was CoinFlip ATM.
Do they want to like normally? Do they
They're
want
like,
to
sure,
pay
yeah.
in U.S. dollar?
This is sure.
Well, that makes sense because they're
They're
a Bitcoin company. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did well.
Yeah.
For 1 year, we got.
Because we were getting paid a bunch at $8,000-$9,000 in
Yeah.
the very beginning, so it was great.
I mean, you 5x already. Like,
Right,
it's
yeah.
like, this is it's not bad.
It's the best sponsorship ever, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. It's like, how can we earn Bitcoin? You know, like, why can't we normalize paying other Bitcoiners in Bitcoin so that we
Yeah.
earn it and don't have to buy it on an exchange?
I think we're moving
Now
in that
we're
direction
getting
for sure.
very close.
That's what Bitcoin
It's like it's strange that one
Yes,
of
that's
the
exactly what
con
we're
is
working
that like
on.
you're
How do
getting
we earn
paid
it?
and it's like the fluctuation can be a positive and most people who get it get that, but then like on the opposite end of the coin you have the people that don't get it yet, and then the volatility is the exact opposite effect where it's like I don't want to get paid in that. I'm not trying to lose 30 or 40% of my value or 80%, 160% of my value. I'm like, oh, bro.
Jimmy helped recover Chel Sono's wallet with me.
Yeah, that was actually really fun. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
You're like, bro,
Wow.
we're gonna
Well,
have to do like a
because
trillion guesses.
as a coder, I'm like, okay, like so
How do you
he was, so he had 8 of the 12 words. So so eight of the 12
So
words.
did he lose like? Was it written on his paper and he lost like half
No,
his
let me
paper?
give you
or,
backstory.
like,
No, he
wow, like-
screenshotted each four words, but he screenshotted 2 times.
Instead of 3.
Instead of
so,
3, yeah.
So he had 8 of the
Idiot.
12 words. So
That's a fighter for you.
So I got it, and basically each word represents 11 bits of information. So that's 2 to the 11, or 2,048 different combinations. So it's 2 to the 11 times 2 to the 11 times 2 to the 11 times 2 to the 11. Now it turns out that some of those bits are actually like checksum. So ends up being about 1 trillion combinations that I had to try. Now if you did that on a CPU, it would take like a couple of years. But this guy, so I read a blog post by this guy, and he had done something similar. And he was like, if you use GPUs, you can check this very well, but you have to know like GPU programming. So I contacted him. I was like, okay, I'm not going to give you any of the words, but I want you to teach me how to do it, and I'll split the money with you. And he's like, all right, done. So he changed the code to whatever he had written. So I rented all of these GPUs. And these are like the top of the line GPUs that are available on the market, and there's like a rental service basically, and I can rent them for like on a per hour basis. I think it was like $1 per hour ish for like
That's it?
a TI 1080i, and those are like $2,000 GPU
Wow.
cards, and then like the 2080 is like $3,000 and so on. So I rented like 40 of them, and I ran it for I think like a day and a half, and then like it's because you're never really quite sure whether or not you're gonna get it, because you have to like make sure you have to identify like the first address that was ever used, and I was like looking through like his like Coinbase stuff, and I was able to trace it back, and then I like contacted the company where he like traded the Bitcoin for altcoins. I was like, okay, can you confirm for me whether or not this address has ever deposited to you guys? And then they were like, yep, it did. And so I was like, okay, great. I think this is it, but you never know until it actually hits whether or not it's actually going to hit. And when it hit, I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I told Chill, he was like, wait, we won? We got it? What?
Let me tell you the backstory. He was like, bro, are you sure you know somebody that can help? I was like, listen, if Jimmy can't do it, nobody can do it. And then I hooked him up, and he's like, later, he's like, are you sure he's gonna be able to do it? I said, bro, I don't know, but I mean, it's a great. He's the only person I know that can.
Well, the interesting thing is, he told me that he had his phone, and somehow it got burned up in a fire. I'm like,
Phone in a fire?
what happened? And he's like, well, it's a long story, but it got dropped in a fire. I was like, maybe we can like send his cracked phone to like a lab, and they can maybe recover something. He's like, nope, it got burned up in a fire.
It was less than a week you did it, right?
I mean, it took me like 4 days after
days, yeah.
all
We
together.
were
If you
shocked.
had 4 words, could you have done it?
Huh?
With 4 words?
No,
No.
because
Wow.
that would be a
What's the-
trillion times a trillion.
What's
That's
the
impossible.
least amount of words that you needed?
I mean, I think 4 was about the limit. I mean, like, I think
4
I could have maybe done
missing.
5, but then it would have taken like 2,000 times as long. So it would have taken.
Wasn't it like someone had changed them a long time ago and it was
That's
really
wild.
low and he just forgot about it?
No, he. So I recovered his wallet.
Right.
Like most of it was like in shitcoins like Link.
XVG or something.
Yeah, he didn't actually have any Bitcoin. I had to like go dump that shit on some other exchange.
Jimmy, what do you charge for these services?
Oh, I thought he did have Bitcoin. He didn't.
I charge like I charge a percentage.
He didn't
and
have
so
any
I had-
Bitcoin?
No, I basically had to dump it all for Bitcoin and then I sent them the Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why didn't you give him what he
Chelsea.
got back?
Well, because then he would have to set up a new wallet and everything. So like and like some of these coins, like it's
I'm
like
gonna fucking take care of you here.
the only reason he was using that wallet was because it supported this one stupid coin that he had or something.
But I heard one of the coin like moon.
I have no idea.
He said, hey John, he said Jimmy's gonna sell everything for Bitcoin and send it to me later.
Uh-huh.
I was like, really? He's like, yeah, but that one XVG coin, whatever, just like went 150%. So when you sold,
Uh-huh.
it was a lot more than what he would have had
Okay, if he kept it.
if it.
The thing is like
Versus not having
and
access to
like
any.
the liquidity with these things is just so low. You only need like a small amount bought for it to moon, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but then on the other side, when you try to sell it, it crashes it. And I've had this happen.
Seriously.
So like the Bitcoin fork stuff, like back in 2018, you guys remember that? Yeah, you didn't just have Bitcoin Cash. You also had Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, and random stuff that most people don't know about. Bitcoin Interest, Bitcoin Clean, Bitcoin Private, Bitcoin Faith, Bitcoin
Wow.
World, Lightning Bitcoin. And like there were literally like 14 different coins that I ended up selling off. But so part of that
Oh,
consulting.
because you got it for free because you helped
well,
me to see.
Yeah. So part of my consulting service was okay, like move all your Bitcoins, give me your C words, I will convert all of it to Bitcoin for you. I'll take a percentage and you'll get it, right? And so many people took me up on that offer. So I would get these whales that had like enormous amounts of Bitcoin, right?
Wow.
Enormous amounts, and I'm just like, how the heck did you like accumulate this much? And I would try to dump some of these coins, and like there's like no liquidity, right? I would try to dump them, and like I would move the price like significantly just by myself, one dump, and it was just like this. This is how all coins work. Like they have no liquidity, so you end up. Like all of it is all paper games, man. Like when you try to sell it, you find out it's like.
Jill also asked me, can you trust this guy? I said, he's a Christian. That's the only thing I can tell you. He's a Christian. Let's just trust him.